Nigeria, we hail thee. The camera has rolled already?
Yes, action.
Hello everybody, my name is Aris Daniel, gospel film reviewer and critic. Happy Independence. I hope you had a great Independence celebration, cause I did. Well, I know you did. Yeah, so I'm here again with another movie review. The name of the movie I'll be reviewing this afternoon, it's a long anticipated movie. Yeah, highly anticipated movie. It's titled Life of the Billows. It's a collaboration work between the Mount Zion Film Productions and Flaming Sword Ministries International, Dallas, Texas. It was produced by Wale Adeyi and Margaret, directed by Mike and Damilola Bamiloye. The DOP on the set was Damilola Bamiloye, and then the music and sound effect was done by our very own J. Mikey. Yeah, so the sound and lighting was done by J. Mikey, and then it was edited by Damilola Mike Bamiloye. So this movie features cast like Wale Adeyi, played by Wale Adeyi, who played Tunde Billows rather, and then Antonia Oji, who played Sarah Billows, and then Gloria Bamiloye, who played Mama, and then Simon Olatunji, who played Roland. So the storyline of this movie, generally, it tells the story of a family played by Wale Adeyi and Antonia Georgia, who played Mr. and Mrs. Billows, that were in a very difficult situation in their family. The wife was a counselor, the husband was a pastor. Meanwhile, their own marriage, they were counseling others on how to get it right in their marriages. Meanwhile, their own marriage was on fire. A lot of things happened in this storyline. The husband contemplated infidelity. He had a friend in the office that kept on advising him to date other women since his wife was not giving him attention. The wife, on the other hand, was never giving her husband attention. She was just so occupied with her duties, with her jobs, that she didn't have time for her family. She denied the husband of his marital rights. She denied him of so many things, food, everything. She comes late, she comes back home late. She doesn't just give him time. The husband was so patient. He tried and tried and tried. Not until their daughter died before the wife, it now dawned on the wife that she had not been a good wife, or she had not been a good mother. Meanwhile, before this happened, Mama came from Nigeria to overseas because she had a revelation that the home of her children is not settled. But when she came, they would not just give her detailed information. They were concealing the whole thing. Mr. and Mrs. Tunde Billows were concealing the whole thing, not until their daughter died. Then there was forgiveness, and then a lot of things happened, and then at the end of the day, Mrs. Billows and Tunde Billows, Mrs. Sarah Billows and Tunde Billows came back together as husband and wife. Also, like I said earlier, Mr. Tunde had a friend in office that kept on advising him in infidelity, played by Simon Olatunji, who played Mr. Roland. So I'll not tell you that this is all that happened in this movie. A lot of things happened in this movie. This movie is a great one. Go and see it. You need to see this movie. I've been anticipating this movie like since, do I say last year or so? Last year or thereabouts, I've been anticipating this movie, and finally it's out. And the movie wasn't disappointing. Really, it wasn't disappointing. It's great. The script, the dialogue was awesome. It was so awesome. Yeah, so before I finally give you my rating, let me tell you things I love and things I did not like about this movie. As you all know, it's a review, and Aris Daniel will always be here to give it to you up straight up as it is. Things I love about the movie: I love the storyline, creative. I love the script. I love the editing. I love the cinematography. I love the continuity. I love the makeup. I love the costume. I love the lighting. I love the establishing shots. I love the locations. I mean, it was not done in Nigeria, so it was so beautiful. I don't mean Nigeria is not beautiful. Nigeria is beautiful. Now go to Lekki, go to VI, you know what I'm talking about, okay? So those were the things I love about the movie. Shut up to the things I did not like about this movie. Mr. Tunde Billows in the first scene talked like a pro, as in somebody that was already used to the business. He was talking to the prostitute. He said like, is it not just common runs girl business? Why are you charging so much? I mean, those lines, those words are said by pros in the business, in the game. And then when he went into the room, he was now shivering like it's his first time. He was now shivering. I mean, how does that connect? I mean, he shouldn't have talked like a pro and then be shivering in the room or be uncomfortable in the room. He shouldn't have talked like a pro. He talked like a pro. That word, this is it not just common runs girl business. I mean, it's not the words of a learner. He talked like a pro, and then at the end of the day, he started shivering in the room. Also, Mr. Tunde Billows was a pastor, or is a pastor, but there was nothing to connect to his character that would let you know that this is a pastor. No Bible, nothing, no Bible in his house. He didn't even pray at any point of the film. He was just living the life of a worldly and secular man. There was nothing religious that would tell you that this is the pastor. I mean, we watched blood on the altar, and then we saw at least one or two things that could tell that this man is a pastor, or this man was a pastor, or something like that. But there was nothing like that. He was just living the life of a worldly man from the beginning to the end. There was nothing to tell me that this was a pastor. I think there should have been something. Also, Mr. Tunde Billows kept on telling the prostitute, I'm a pastor, I'm a married man. I mean, who does that? I mean, trust me, no married man who wants to practice infidelity would tell the person he wants to do it with that he's a married man and he's a pastor. He kept on saying it on and on and on and on and on and on. I mean, that didn't work for me. He shouldn't have said that. I mean, he would even not want to hear it. It's the prostitute that should be telling him, and then he'll be trying to ignore it. I mean, I don't understand if you get what I'm saying. Also, Mr. Tunde Billows said, your dressing is revealing. That dressing wasn't revealing. I mean, they should have gone for maybe a thinner spaghetti top, something like that. I'm not saying she should go unclad. It's a gospel film. I'm not saying she should go unclad, but at least that dressing was not the dress of a prostitute. She should have worn something, maybe something more thinner. Maybe the hand of the blouse should have been thinner than it was. She did not represent, the costume didn't really rhyme with her character and the lines from Mr. Tunde. Also, it's not possible for his friend in the office not to know his wife. His friend who was played by Simon Olatunji was dating his wife, and then he did not know that he was dating Mr. Tunde's wife, and then he did not know that that was Mr. Tunde's wife. That's not possible. I mean, there's no how I'll be your friend and then I'll not know your wife. I'll not know how your wife looks like. I mean, even if I've not gone to your home before, this is the era of social media platforms, social media here and there, camera phones here and there. I should have shown you the picture of my wife. So there's no how they'll tell me that Mr. Roland didn't know that that woman was Tunde Billows' wife. There's no how they would tell me that. That didn't work for me. Also, the prostitute knew he was a pastor right from time, and then it seemed as if when he finished all his narration, that's the first scene in the room, when he finished all his narration, that was when she now said, when I was little, a preacher came to our house and then he told me that in the last days there will be pastors who will deviate, there will be pastors, there will be false prophecies in the last days. I guess you are the type of pastor that preacher was talking about. I'm gone. Hello? She knew he was a pastor right from time. She knew he was a pastor right from time. So she shouldn't tell me that was when it dawned on her that he's a pastor, because she knew it right from time. Also, similar to Harmony Deal, I mean, the scene where the sick child was in the hospital, the father was singing, I mean, that took place in Harmony Deal. I think they shouldn't have repeated that again. Also, Mrs. Billows, Sarah Billows, used one hairstyle throughout the whole film. I think they should have changed her hairstyles. It's not really realistic. Also, the sound was not balanced. In some scenes the sound was loud, and in some scenes the sound was low, which I think is not okay. Also, I did not understand Sarah Billows' character. She was violent and she was unrepentant. I mean, they didn't tell me what caused her to behave like that. I mean, she cannot just start behaving like that to her husband without any reason. They didn't tell me what made her become so violent, even to her own mother. She sent her own mother out of the house, and she was not giving her husband listening ears. I mean, such things don't just happen just like that. A woman cannot just begin to become resisting you like that. She can't just start resisting you like that. There must be a reason, which I thought they would have explained to me in the film, later on in the film, but they did not. So these were the only things I did not like about the movie. It's a brilliant one. It was a great one. The message was so powerful. The script was so great. I mean, Damilola Mike Bamiloye wrote this story well. He's a genius. We've known him from The Ignition. We've known him from a lot of his works. This is another standout for Damilola Mike Bamiloye. Thank you very much. At last, I'll be rating this movie an 8.9/10. You all need to go and see it. My name remains Oris Daniel. Thank you for watching this movie review. Bye for now. I'll catch you all later in the next one.